What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened. Yesterday, the balance update, the first big balance pass of the PTR, hit on the testing build, and we get to now take a look at some of the summoners' defenses as they will be when they launch, or at least closer to what they'll be when they launched. I've gotten a lot of questions about the summoner actively DPS. It definitely took a hit. However, it's still really good. You can still just wreck it up, double pets, without a doubt. Good stuff. If you can stay alive, 2 Monkey Kings absolutely shreds it. So the pet boost and everything is still really good. However, it did take a little bit of a hit. Now, for this video, I want to take a look at the defenses, and this particular one is my Spider Builder, and the reason I'm putting Spider first is it, without a doubt, is the MVP. You see its AoE damage. It does have damage fall off. You see the dummy on the left that's not getting hit is taking less damage, but then you see that 1 million tick in there. That's the same on both dummies. That is from this rune, Spider's Poison, so 150% tower damage per second. This is going off of the full damage amount without any sort of fall off. Now, the big part about this, remember, is the Spider debuff also gives that enemy double damage, meaning, it receives double damage, meaning a Spider is just going to be a go-to addition to absolutely every single build. It's just good, so you're going to want to put a Spider in to all of your builds. Next up, we have got the Siren. The Siren is going to be an AoE caster. You see there is no damage fall off on the AoE. Definitely has an aggressive attack rate, and then additionally, the benefit of having a Siren is you get that additional armor. So if we look here, this archer has no armor. If we put it inside of the Siren's little active ring, and then we take a look at it, that archer now has 15% armor. So you get a bit of damage mitigation for mixing a Siren into your build. Now, is the Siren spectacular? It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's 4DU, so a 4DU special enemy targeting AoE defense. Definitely will be able to find a use for it in your builds. It's not quite to Spider tier, but I do feel like it is definitely without a doubt usable. Over this upcoming weekend, I'll be throwing some builds on the channel using just the Summoner's defenses. Now we've got the Mage. Now, the Mage is a single target DPS, shoots those fireballs out, actually has a super fast attack rate that it's really easy to get down to. And then, more importantly, the Mage will heal enemies within range. Now, the threshold for this is 75%, meaning that the enemy has to be below 75% health for the Mage to heal. But let's say, for example, we've got an archer right here that's going to need some healing. And then if we look at the green ring, this is a huge quality of life feature that's not available in DD1. I really wish it was. But the green ring is the AoE, the healing radius. So you're going to want to make sure to place any defense inside of that green ring if you're wanting to get it healed. Now, you're going to have to think about your placement. If you put it directly behind whatever you're using as a wall like this, that, of course, is way too close. It's going to be an Ogre cleave range, and in my opinion, it could be just a little bit more generous just to get it outside of Ogre cleave range. If you've got mages that are going to get one-tapped when an Ogre swings at something, you're going to be a whole lot less likely to put an Ogre there. Now, we also have to test this radius. Is it going to be like a buff beam sort of thing, where does the green just have to barely be touching a foot? Will it heal like that? You know, if that's the case, then I think it's probably a little better then. Not certain, though, exactly how that is. And then we've got the Archer. The Archer's 2DU. It's a magic missile, y'all. It's a magic missile without a magic missile rune. So the magic missile is going to win the day here as far as 2DU defenses. However, it is a usable defense. It's special enemy targeting, so it will be going after those, the Djinn and the Sharkin and the Ogres, etc. So good stuff there. Now we got the, what turned into kind of the low-key MVP is the Ogre. Now, of course, you think about an Ogre, well, you know, an Ogre is your wall, right? This is a actual DPS hero. Let's build it on a DPS hero. The amount of health scaling it gets is absolutely absurd. 930,000 health, and this is on a hero that's only got 6,000 fort. So this is my spider builder. Here's where the Ogre really shines. First off, it's going to do it's going to do melee cleave damage. So that's going to be AoE. It's going to cleave everything in its way. And you all saw the big boom. You saw the big boom. One of the runes for the Ogre is to throw a Kobold. Where is it? The Kobold Launcher. Replaces the Ogre Snotball with Kobold projectiles that deal 1000% Snotball damage. Cooldown of 3 seconds. Now, the 3 seconds is not quite right. It's more like 8 seconds or so, it looks like. But you see the amount of damage it puts out. We're 2 mil on the melee swings. We throw a Kobold, 18 million damage. Now, remember, if that is a fusion Ogre, that's going to be 36 million damage against rifted enemies. So definitely kind of the low-key S tier of the summoner minions right now. It's just so good. So, yeah. 18 mil damage. Now, of course, you throw that on a buff beam, it goes up. You throw that on one of the special buff beams when it's by itself, and it goes to absurdity. Do we have one of those buff beams? Yeah, we've got one right here. So let's get this Ogre upgraded all the way. Now, this buff beam, of course, is taking advantage of the overdrive rune, where the fewer amount of defenses on the buff beam, the more damage you get out of it. So, fully upgraded. Let's see what this Ogre is doing. 25 million DPS, or 25 million for the shot fully upgraded. We throw it on the super buff beam. And then let's take a look at it. 118 million damage, y'all. 118 million damage, Cobalt Explosion. Once again, this isn't even fusion. So, you know, that'll go up over 236 million damage per throw. Now, like I said, it's the 3 seconds is definitely not right. It's more like 8 seconds or so, it feels like. However, it is an absolute powerhouse. And you see just the melee damage is pretty huge as well. So, Ogre walls might be alright, y'all. They just might be alright. I'm assuming that damage amount for that rune will probably get balanced out a little bit, because it does hit, like, harder than literally anything else in the game. However, who doesn't want to throw down some Ogres, y'all? Oh my god, I am so looking forward to the Ogre madness here in Dungeon Defenders Awakened. But that will do it for now. I'm going to be live most of the day today over on Twitch. And of course, I think we'll have a Friday chromatic stream. So maybe we'll get a little bit of beans or info in some way there. But that will do it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. And I will see ya later on over on the Twitches. Take it easy, y'all.